This rap artist has been uploading music to SoundCloud since 2013 and has continued to upload into 2023. He had his first live show in February 2016 and he had his last in November of 2017. Now you may be asking yourself why his last show is in 2017 even though he's continuing to release music? Well, that's because today we're talking about Gustav Elijah Orr, or better known as Little Peep. Peep was born in Allentown, Pennsylvania in November of 1996. Gustav started his rap career using the name Trap Goose, uploading tracks to SoundCloud in 2013. He would later change his stage name to Little Peep after a nickname his mom had for him since he was a kid. And in 2015, he would release the breakout single Star Shopping. He would then throw fuel onto the fire with his mixtapes Little Peep Part 1 and Live Forever, dropping later that year. His 2016 mixtapes Crybaby and Hellboy would catapult his career into the mainstream, being streamed by millions and discussed by popular figures like Adam22 and Anthony Fantano.
I'm a fan of you guys' music. I'm a fan of the movement. You guys are coming up heavy out of the underground, scary as fuck, making this evil sounding anthems.
Yep.
And I'm very happy to get you guys in the studio so we could at least talk shop and like figure out exactly what makes you guys tick.
Then down the road, I learned via Pitchfork that Little Peep was, in fact, the future of emo. The future of emo.
After blowing up in the music scene, Peep would capitalize on his newfound fame by going on tours. He briefly toured with Fat Nick and Smoke Perp, but in spring of 2017, Peep would go on his own solo tour. He would perform across Europe from Russia to London. He would even make his way across the US. It was while touring across the US that Gustav unfortunately would pass away November 15th, 2017, 2 weeks after his 21st birthday.
A popular YouTube star and emerging rapper Lil Peep died last night.
Fans are mourning the loss of up-and-coming rapper Lil Peep.
If you take a look behind me, you can see a growing memorial. Fans coming out here all afternoon.
He had like a really bright future ahead of him.
It was very unique for rap at this time, especially how he was mixing genres.
Toxicology report results will take about 6 to 8 weeks, but police say they are looking at this as an accidental overdose.
He would pass from an accidental overdose of fentanyl-laced Xanax while on his tour bus in Tucson, the same place he would hold his first show in 2016. Now, it's not unusual for tracks to come out after the artist passes away. It's actually common practice since most of the time artists have finished projects that aren't released due to multiple reasons, from scheduling to the artist's personal feelings on the track. We've seen post-mortem releases from many artists including X, Mac Miller, Pop Smoke, and many more. There's a whole Wikipedia article about it. What makes Little Peep different is not only the amount of music that has been released, but also the fact that it has steadily been releasing for the past 4 years. With tracks being released like this, it not only keeps them in our memories, but also lets us see what could have been. On these post-mortem tracks, we hear Gustav try new sounds like pop rock, hip-hop, and even what I can only describe as lo-fi hip-hop elevator music to study to. While not different genres completely, we still hear him branching out from the bubble that most critics had put him in. His team dropping tracks like this also gives his close friends the opportunity to hop on one last track with their fallen brother. Now, I mostly made this video to talk about the new tracks that have been coming out because I enjoy some of them, but some of them definitely should have stayed unreleased. But I also wanted to make this video for anyone, too young or that only recently found his music and might not know the full story. Even though Gustav Elijah Orr is no longer alive, his spirit still lives through his music and the many people he helped in his short life.
When you come in and see that, just know that that's a Little Peep memorial. Well, not a memorial because he's not dead yet, but he's working on it.
I am dead. I mean, my favorite show still to this day is Scooby-Doo. I'm into like spooky, scary shit, and when I was a kid, that was what was scary to me, you know, Scooby-Doo.
I'm Lisa, just screaming mom, you know, because whenever something's going wrong in my life, I'm freaking out. I call my mom on the phone, I stress her the fuck out.
Like they're doing with everything too, from horror movies to hentai, you know, the Japanese are just absolutely, you know what I mean? They're just a step ahead of me.
I've been fucking with the rope game for a long time, so I gotta hook the homie up. Alfredo'll probably be mad at me. Oh, big kiss, aw.
I mean, shit, everything changes with time. Like you can't predict where you're gonna be next year. You have no idea, you know what I mean? Like there have been points, like I've been in very, 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 very low points. Like, you know, shitty situations, horrible situations. And then my mom always tells me, like, time will heal everything, you know what I mean? And even if it's like 5 years later and you're still feeling like, where the fuck, like when I'm waiting for this shit to heal, like nothing's happening. It's gonna take another, you know, few years, you know what I mean? That shit does take time in some situations, but, you know, it will eventually get better. Things will get better. And also you have to be grateful for what you have. Never be ungrateful.